The market spikes and then drops as the diagonal scenario plays out.
This is Invest with Jacob.
Okay guys, so in last week's video I gave you two paths that I was looking at, one being a move more directly down and then the diagonal up. I was favoring the move down as the diagonals are very unreliable, but I did warn that if the diagonal started to break out we should see a move toward 39.42 to 39.85, and that's exactly what we saw. The market broke out on Friday and continued on Monday up toward the 39.85 area before selling off at the close and starting to come down. Now the question is, can the bulls follow through on the diagonal? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get a daily S&P updates, or trade setups, and or buy alerts. All right guys, with the breakout higher the last couple of days, the diagonal is starting to play out, but again, until we get all 5 waves up, we don't rely on diagonals. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. As you can see, on Friday we got the breakout and continued into Monday up toward the 39.73 regions where we topped out. I said it should hit at least 39.42, but could extend as high as 39.85. From there, we started to sell off pretty hard. And one of the hallmarks of a diagonal is that we sell really hard off of the top of it. So we are watching to see if we get a 4-5 here to push up a little bit higher in this diagonal to complete. However, with the strong selling, we may be looking at the diagonal being complete and the start of a move down. We have another path as well, so let's jump in and look at all of them. So the first one is that without the wave 4 really in here, in this move up, I would look for a 4-5, and in that case the 4 would need to hold the 39 or 38.96 to 38.78 area and then push up from there to make a new high around the 39.85 to 4,027 area to complete the move off of the low. So in that scenario we would have just completed wave 3, come down in 4, and then move back up in 5 toward that 4,000 area. That would be our primary scenario, only because I don't see a good 4-5 in this move up. But with the speed and power of the selling they had at the end of the day, it does look a little bit like we could have completed the diagonal, okay, and started to move down. And in that case, this move down would target 38.55. So when you complete a diagonal, the pullback comes back, okay, to 38.55 in this case, which is the 764 retrace. And the reason that's where we're targeting instead of the 618 or 0.5 retrace is because it's right at the origination point of the diagonal. So here's the low, we move up and chop in this area. This is the origination point, and this is where diagonals sell off back to almost always as their origination point. So the 764 lines up really well with that. We have good alignment across the board there. There's a lot of chop in that area all the way across. So it does look like a reasonable place for them to find support. So that would be the deeper pullback scenario, and then we'd look for a bigger wave 3 rally, okay, up toward the 4100 area to 4150 area, and then we'd look for a wave 4 pullback from there, and then that wave 5 up toward 4300 that we've been talking about. Now on the bearish side of things, okay, and this is one we have to pay close attention to because diagonals are not trustworthy, so we got to be very careful. The bearish side of things would have this as a wave 4 here. So we made wave 3 at the low down here. Wave 4 came up to just under the 50% retrace, which is still a valid wave 4 height. And then we would see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down toward that 3700 to 3720 area we've been talking about as a lower low if they did come down to break the low. And that would be what the bears would be looking to do. So they'd be looking to go ahead and break through that 38.55 area on their way down toward 3700 to 3720. So those are the paths we're tracking on the ES. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, we have slightly different counts because the NASDAQ did make a lower low right here than this wave 3. So we can count that as a wave 5. We can count this as the start of a wave 1 up. I'm looking at a potential wave 2 pullback that would target the 10,992 area. Then we would look for a 3, 4, and 5 from there to give us a move up to 12,250 before seeing a pullback and then further upside from there. So the NASDAQ is a little bit different with its lower low here that the ES did not make. We have a better count in wave 1, and we'd be looking for a pullback in wave 2 as well on the NASDAQ that would match ES's wave 2. So another reason to believe that we potentially have that wave 2 pullback on ES and also on the NASDAQ. And then their bearish side lines up are pretty much the same, where This wave 3 just moves over, and the wave 4 moves up to the top, and then we get a wave 5 down toward that 10,006 area in a 5-wave move, where from the top we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to that 10.5, 10.6 area to complete the move down, and then see a bounce from there. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. Okay? You can cancel at any time. One thing I do want to show you in our members area is we do have an Elliott Wave for Beginners course where we're adding videos every week and building out different training courses for people that join that is included in these memberships. Okay, so we'd love to have you in here. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go through which count we're in and how we're going to trade it, as well as any training courses we have available. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you're interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a small price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. You kind of need to see it to fully understand it, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement account, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week. Guys, we would love to have you in the room so we can make some money together. Key takeaways for today. On the ES, it's kind of going to depend on where we see bounces. We have a potential at 38.95 and then a little bit deeper at 38.50. Those are the 2 areas we would look to bounce first. If they break through 38.50, then it does look like we would be moving down toward that 37.20 to 3700 area in this deeper wave 5. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of deal. We're looking for pullbacks. We would look for them to hold the 10,992 area down to the 10,898 area and bounce from there through 10,898, and it does look like we could break lower toward that 10,600 area. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.